What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tavern Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Asmon's list of Classic WoW fresh changes. This is a list that he compiled on stream, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to break it down and see how you guys felt, and you know how I feel about some of these changes. Some are good, some are bad in my opinion, but you know, let me know down in the comments below if you guys agree with or disagree with some of these changes. So let's pull up this list and go down it. Okay, so first up on the list here we have no Mage Boosting. Alternatively, buff all other XP by 3 times at least, boosted further on alts. Right off the bat, I completely agree. Let's get rid of Mage Boosting. It doesn't really do anything beneficial for the health of the game or the community at all. So let's get rid of that. You know, alternatively, buff all other XP by 3 times. I think the leveling in TBC is at a great pace. I really think that that is like the pinnacle of like the perfect mix between like, it still takes a decent amount of time to level up, but it's not, you know, super fast like retail where like the entire game leveling doesn't really even matter. Because a big part to me about Classic WoW is the leveling and the experience that you have, you know, when a fresh server comes out. Just everyone running around, you know, there's Dead Mines groups, you got Wailing Caverns groups, Stockades, all that stuff, people questing in like Duskwood and like Stone Talon, like that is something, you know, we don't want to kill that, right? Because that's what makes Classic so good. So I agree with this first change for sure. A boob slider. I mean, why not? Like really, the fact that isn't in, you know, Classic in general is just crazy. Next up, we have new raids such as Karazhan Crypts, Dragon Isles, Vanilla Outland, Scarlet Crusade Raid, etc. 100% I agree. I'm a long-term player of old school RuneScape, and the fact that old school RuneScape is still so popular is due to the fact that there is constantly new content that is released for it. I mean, you know, and the way they do it is perfect. They poll the community, right? The community votes on something, and then that is what they implement into the game. If Blizzard followed that same model for Classic WoW, I have no doubts in my mind that Classic WoW would be extremely popular. People would love it. If they listened to the community, polled the community, you know, as far as like what they want to put into the game, that is massive, and people would kill for it. People would love it. I mean, that would be absolutely great. Imagine like after Naxx there's new raids like Scarlet Crusade. Like that would be just so amazing, because if I could stay in the vanilla world, I love TBC, it's a lot of fun, and I love Wrath too, but there's still something missing that's not in these expansions. I mean, the vanilla world, like the zones, you just feel like you're part of a bigger world. So if they kept it at 60, kept it in the vanilla world, and just added new content, that to me would be amazing. I would love that. I really, and I think a lot of people would. Harder fights on older content, more mechanics. In my opinion, this I agree with that, but the thing is, to execute that properly would be rough. I think that would be really hard to kind of go back. They'd really be making new fights, you know, from scratch at that point, which would be pretty hard. So in my opinion on this one, oh, and the next one on the list here is no world buffs and raids. So if we got rid of world buffs and raids, which I 100% agree with, that would make the content a little harder and take a little bit longer. And then I would say after the content that's already in the game, anything new that they add, any new raids, you know, obviously add more mechanics and stuff to that. But yeah, let's definitely squash world buffs and raids. The world buff meta is, you know, I was a slave to it, and the game is much better without it. It really makes the game kind of unenjoyable to play. You know, you sit there raid logged on your character. You can't play your character if you have raid that night. And then, you know, let's just say you die randomly to something. You lag out or something, you die, you lose your buffs. Now you can't, now you're just underperforming the entire raid because everyone else that's alive and has world buffs is just doing much better than you. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think having to raid log that hardcore is fair. You know, the chrono boon is cool, but like I think that if we got rid of world buffs and raids completely, that would be the fix here. No debuff limit at all. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That would make it so that like warlocks can actually use like all their abilities and stuff like that. I mean, hunters can use Serpent Sting. Like, it would just make playing other classes more fun. Feral Druids, you know, why is that even there? Really, it kind of just limits the amount of fun you can have depending on what class you're playing. So I completely agree with that. Let's get rid of the debuff limit overall. Rebalancing classes, especially Ret, Moomkin, and Prot Pallies, also a no-brainer. You know, why don't we take the abilities and how they rebalance classes going into Burning Crusade and apply almost, you know, kind of that same idea to vanilla. I mean, there's really no point in a Ret Paladin or a Prot Paladin in Classic. There's no point in a Moomkin. They do decent damage, but they go in about 5 seconds. So why is anyone going to play that? If they rebalance the classes in, you know, vanilla WoW, you would have more than just, you know, 15 Fury Warriors in your raid. And if you're not playing a Fury Warrior, like, you just automatically know you're not going to be too high on the damage meter. So I agree with that. It would bring more diversity. People would be able to play more classes and specs, and I think that would be a great change, really, a welcome one. Arena and more realistic, maybe RBGs. Arena would be cool. You know, in vanilla there's no resilience, so Arena would be kind of eh. It would be a little. I mean, I guess it could work, and it would definitely be fun, but Rated Battlegrounds would definitely work really well in vanilla WoW, I think. Rated Battlegrounds is probably the solution there. It would add some kind of a competitive aspect, and that would make it, you know, it would be fun content to watch in videos or on live streams. It would be fun to play. And I see, too, we're going to skip over to no honor system and get rid of the rank 14 grind. I agree. If they added Rated Battlegrounds, make it more of a skill-based grind, all those, you know, armor and weapons that you can get from gaining ranks in vanilla WoW, change it to, you know, Rated Battleground rating. That's how you get your rank 14 weapons and your gear and all that stuff. That would make it a little bit more skill-based, more competitive for the people who, you know, really are playing to be competitive. And it would be, overall, it would be fun content to watch. I mean, watching someone grind rank 14 in vanilla WoW is just, it's horrible. I don't think anyone likes that. It's just a time sink, and there is really zero skill involved at all. No respect cost. So this one I don't agree with, because I feel like the reason why vanilla feels like vanilla is that there are consequences to your actions. And I think, you know, quality of life improvements like what we've been talking about are different than something like take out the respect cost. That would be like adding dual spec to vanilla WoW. I don't think it really would work, because it kind of I mean, basically something like that is just, that's like what would be in retail. Exactly what's in retail. You want it to feel more engaging. You want to feel more connected to your character and feel like your choices actually matter. So I don't think they should take out the respec cost. I don't think you should just be able to respec 20 times a day to just do whatever you want. Guild banks, that's a no-brainer. Of course, we should have guild banks, and obviously make it so that you have to purchase and progress, you know, to get new tabs and more space. A mount tab, just like in retail, and the same with pets. That one, I could honestly say I really don't care about it that much. I am not a completionist when it comes to that kind of stuff. I really don't care about having a mount tab or a pet tab. I do collect, you know, some things in the game, but I don't think that's a deal breaker for me. Really, it would just be a quality of life change. So obviously, yeah, they could throw that in there. Summoning stones. I was against, you know, making functional summoning stones in vanilla WoW, simply because, you know, part of the game was like running to an instance, or like if you're running like Zul'Farrak, you have to all get down to Tanaris, and if you're Alliance, that's like a crazy adventure. So part of getting there is content, you know, you get into like some world PvP maybe and stuff like that. But on the same hand here, you have, it would just allow people to play the game more often. It'd be quicker to get around. Warlocks wouldn't have to sit there summoning people and farming soul shards just to summon the whole group. And it would get rid of, you know, having people all over the, you know, people make 20 accounts and park warlocks all over the globe to summon people places and put money in the economy like that. It's kind of weird. So I think at this point in time, the way that gamers are nowadays, making those summoning stones in vanilla WoW functional really would not be a bad idea. I mean, let me know how you guys feel about that, but I don't think so. I don't think it would be a bad idea. New classes, Death Knight or Demon Hunter. This could go one of two ways. I mean, I think, actually, to be honest, introducing new classes to Vanilla WoW, I'm not for that. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that will actually change the game, you know, not in a good way. The game isn't tuned to have characters like Demon Hunters, you know, flying around and stuff like that. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe Death Knights you can get away with. They're a very vanilla style class, but at the same time, then we need some serious rebalancing. AoE looting, like in retail, I think that's a non-issue. I really don't think anyone cares about that much, in my opinion. I don't. I mean, really all that would help is like bots, maybe, which we don't want in vanilla. So I don't think AoE looting's a big deal. If they were to put it in, I guess I wouldn't really mind. Minigame content like Darkmoon Fair, Gold Saucer. Yeah, I think minigame content is great, really. I mean, it gives people something to do when they're not raiding or not PvPing. Like, some people don't like doing hardcore stuff in the game all the time. And this would give people some kind of outlet to do something just fun and just to mess around if they're just hanging out, you know, having a beer. Achievement system with chase meta account rewards. I gotta say, I'm kind of in the middle on that one. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I feel like we're dabbling too much into retail territory at that point. I don't think we need an achievement system in vanilla WoW. Pre-made group finder like in retail WoW. I would say like a group bulletin board, like what should be in Burning Crusade right now, would be okay. Like, you can just post, say, hey, I'm a tank, I'm looking for these dungeons, and you can just see them on there, message them, and invite them to your group. I don't think like the LFG tool should be added to vanilla. That completely kills the world. No one's running out in the world anymore. You're just sitting in Stormwind, queuing up for dungeons, and then teleporting to the dungeon, and then teleporting back to Stormwind. I don't think that belongs in vanilla WoW, and I think that would be a terrible thing to add. So definitely not that. You know, but like a group finder bulletin board system, you know, just kind of like the LFG chat in vanilla, that would be perfect. Rare spawn events in the world that are actually difficult and rewarding. That's a pretty good one. I mean, imagine, you know, you're leveling in Red Ridge and you're level, you know, 23 or something, or 21, and like there's like an event that happens and it spawns a boss, and you need to group up with like 10 other people that are like level 22 to kill the boss, and you all get like a blue cape or weapon or something like that. That would be pretty cool, and that kind of introduces players to like raid type content, but out in the open world at like a really early point in the game, which would definitely add some more content, because that would just be fun, you know, or maybe you earn some currency from it, some kind of currency. Definitely for that idea. I agree with that one. Respawn inside of an instance after wipe. Again, that feels too retail-y to me. It's too sped up. I do think that to keep the vibe of vanilla WoW, we need to remember that like being out in the world and some things taking a decent amount of time, like running back to a raid after a wipe with all 40 people, like that's part of it. That's that, and people wouldn't admit it, I don't think, but that is like part of the reason why dying feels so bad in vanilla. Like, and it's more rewarding when you stay alive. Maybe that's just me, but I don't agree with that one. Nerf repair costs. I mean, you know, if they were to do something like this, maybe just like normalize it to like a standard for everybody. You know, it is a little unfair. Like a tank in vanilla's repair cost is like 5+ gold, and then like a mage is like 20 silver. I mean, it's a little unfair, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. I don't think it's a game-breaking thing. Improve threat awareness, retail info. Yeah, I mean, you know, most people who play use add-ons for you know, watching threat, but if there was something that they can add to vanilla, that's a good quality of life change to be able to, you know, actually see threat. I mean, you know, someone who's never played an MMO before, especially vanilla WoW, if you say like watch your threat, and it's their first time playing, they're like a level 18 mage AoEing and dead mines in your group, like they have no idea what threat even is. So there definitely should be some kind of indicator, you know, maybe like a color-coded system to just show how close you are to pulling aggro on a mob. I think that would definitely help. Higher ceiling for professions, that's definitely, you know, I mean, if they're going to add new content, new raids, that means there's going to be higher item level gear towards the end. So definitely allow for professions to go higher than they do originally in vanilla, and, you know, create new gear and new weapons, potions, all that kind of stuff. Rebalance racials, definitely. They, like, literally, if you are a PvPer, why would you even bother playing Alliance? Like, really, you just have such an advantage on Horde that it makes a faction imbalance inevitable. So yes, rebalancing the racials would definitely be something to do. Probably have it so that they're completely equal, right? So you have like orcs on Horde side with like 15% chance to resist stuns. There should be something on Alliance similar to that, and vice versa the whole way down the list. I think that's a good thing. More powerful night day system and weather. Yep, obviously let's get some better graphics and weather systems in there. That can't hurt at all. It'll just improve it. New harder dungeons. Agreed. That falls into like the new raid category. Let's get some more new dungeons, end game dungeons. Even some earlier content dungeons. That'd be great too. Like, what about some new dungeons around like level 10? Maybe some more around like the Dead Mines area, stuff like that. Some people prefer leveling in dungeons over questing out in the world. I mean, that would be a welcome change. No combat add-ons. I don't really know what he means by that, so we're gonna skip that one. I mean, if that means like no like damage meters or like weak auras, like I don't really know what that means. But if it is that, I don't agree with that. Faster battle reses. Nope, I don't agree with that one either. Simply because, you know, it should feel the way that it does in vanilla. I don't want vanilla to start feeling like retail just in Azeroth. You know what I mean? Maybe hunter focus. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that one means. More flight paths. Yeah, that's a welcome change. I don't know what maybe hunter focus. I don't know what he means by that. So we're going to skip that one. Consumable revamp. Probably like TBC. Consumable. Oh, okay. So consumables. Yeah, revamp the whole consumable system. Yeah, I mean, again, that's a quality of life change that would probably just make the game better. I don't see any harm in doing that, so definitely would welcome that change. Instant mail. Yeah, another quality of life change that I think really wouldn't hurt the game in any way. Like, there's nothing really negative about having instant mail, especially sending mail between, you know, just your own characters. There's no problem with that. Remove spell batching completely. Agreed, 100%. Other massive quest lines like the AQ Gate quest. Yes, definitely add more of those. People love doing that kind of stuff. And really, the more content, the merrier. I can't see how any of that would hurt the game. Jumping puzzles. Not a fan of them myself, but yes, some people like those. An armory system, yes, definitely armory system. New zones, yes, we want new zones. Just keep adding them. I mean, if they did the RuneScape model of just like every few months they poll the community and say, hey, here's the 3 choices. We're thinking about doing this in the game. Which one do you guys think would fit with the community and what you guys want? Oh yeah, you like that one? Boom, it's in the game. Like, that would be amazing. Voice acting for more quests, I really don't think that's that important, to be honest. And forced max of 55 to 45 in PvP servers, so kind of forcing a faction balance. I think that is a good thing. I do, because I really think that would make for a lot more alive feeling servers. Like, let's say there's a server that's, you know, 55% Horde and 45% Alliance. But the server's not full yet. Maybe it locks you out of creating a Horde on that server, so you can only create an Alliance. Like, that would be a pretty welcome change. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole list. I honestly, guys, I'm really hyped for this. I really hope that this is what Blizzard is doing, because I really would have no reason to play any other game. I love vanilla WoW. I just wish that I can stay in vanilla and they add new content every year, and like, I'd be happy with that for the rest of my life, to be honest. I'm a fanboy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about some of these changes down in the comments below, and if you're excited, if you're upset, or if you just don't like WoW anymore in general. But I do. You know, I can't really quit. I enjoy the game, even with the bad stuff in the game. I still enjoy it. You know, I've been playing it for like 15 years, so I enjoy it. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. But yeah, guys, that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching. Take care.